Good morning. It is time for meditations for women who do too much or those who do too much. Today is July 12th, guilt and alone time. I up and laugh because there's so much alone time for many of us these days, isn't there? I wanted to drive up here alone, and several people asked if they could drive up here with me. I can't tell you how hard it was to just come by myself. Mary. Often we feel guilty when we do something for ourselves. We have so accepted the mandate to be aware of others' feelings, take care of them, and put ourselves last that we often feel uncomfortable if we even have needs. How selfish it seems to refuse a ride to someone who needs it when we are going that way anyway. Surely we could put ourselves out a little. Even if we do refuse the request and get our time alone, are we going to be so overcome with guilt that we won't enjoy the time anyway? What a lose-lose situation. Maybe we can use that time alone to explore our guilt and learn from it. Even having time to explore our guilt requires alone time. We may need that exploration desperately. When I say no to a request for my time, I am not going away from that person. I am going to myself. For me, what this actually brings up is that I did identify earlier this year, 2020, that the most valuable thing I have to offer is my time. And if I am giving my time to a project or a person or an activity or anything I'm giving my time to is a huge investment. And so I intend, and I continue to be, I have been for quite some time, very thoughtful about how I spend my time, usually. Every once in a while, I do waste it also. But it came down to the simplest way to kind of figure that out is for quite some time when I was trying to identify how do I decide, do I say yes to something or no to something? I would ask myself the question, is this in my highest good for my health and happiness? Yes or no? And if the answer was anything but yes, then it was definitely, I said no to whatever this offering was. And then I would then ask for my daughter's benefit. Is this in my daughter's benefit for her highest good or health or happiness? And again, same thing. If the answer was no, then it was definitely a no to the offering. After a while of practicing that, I realized that the things that were coming my way, the offerings that were coming my way, the activities, the people, the projects, the ways I could spend my time were really getting better and better and better. Like by basically really thinking, is this in my highest good? Yes or no? Really increased the quality of the things that were presenting themselves to me. And so I got to a point where, actually, what I need to do now is it needs to be a hell yes before I go for it. If when I ask the question, is this in my highest good, my health, happiness, and future, if it was a hell yes, that I went for it. If it was anything but a hell yes, I said no. And then here in 2020, when things got real serious and I had to really identify the absolute smartest ways to spend my time, I upgraded that to a fuck yes. And there are some relationships and projects and activities that I used to absolutely love that were a hell yes all day long. And I've had to let them go because they were not a fuck yes. And that's the kind of life that I am creating for myself, is a fuck yes life. And I do not feel guilt about it at all, because I notice everything around me as I continue to choose from this fuck yes place gets better and better and more upgraded, even when it feels super shitty, even when I'm having to let go of relationships that I absolutely really are a hell yes. I know that whatever is coming next is a fuck yes. And I am clearing space and allowing for more fuck yeses to come Thank you for being on the receiving end. I hope you have a fuck yes day.